Alright. Shaman. You
Good
love
old Shaman.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice like, oh yeah, Shaman.
I used to love Shaman when I could play Mill Shaman, but
I don't think anybody loves Shaman anymore. It's literally triggered so many people. Alright, so legendary. 8 mana, 7/7 Battlecry. If you played an element in the last turn, cast an element invocation.
Kalimos
Oh my
Prime.
god, this thing curves out so well. Like, Elemental Shaman is now Curve Shaman. Like, seriously, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you can hit that curve, you are in like Flynn and are most likely going to win the game.
Yeah, didn't the Shaman class get the most, I should say, elemental base cards?
Well, they are an elemental class to begin
Yeah,
with.
exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, they're gonna have some value. 8 mana, 7/7, and you're gonna get one of 4 evocations. You get to pick from it. And they're 0 cast, so you could cast them immediately. You've got a 3 damage AoE. You've got some heals. You've got a 6 damage to the face. You've got fill your board with a bunch of crap, which actually can work really good the next turn if you've got, say, a Bloodlust and so on. I mean, there's a lot of value. A lot of value you can pull off with this.
So much.
It is. The card is definitely going to be a skill test, though. Being able to identify what you need to go for that win this turn. So, I like the card. I think it's actually pretty legit.
Too legit to quit.
Oh my god, you went to the MC Hammer. Alright, next card is Unite the Murlocs. 1 mana.
Murloc hype.
I know. Summon 10 Murlocs. Reward, get Megafin. So what is Megafin? Well, let's see. Like any other reward that's a minion, it's going to be a... Where is he? There he is. A 5 mana 8/8. See this ongoing thing here. Battlecry, fill your hand with random Murlocs. So you might get a couple Finjas and some more War Leaders and this, that, and the other. So you can create some really cool value with it. Now, I'm going to say this. The condition for summoning it, or for activating this, is actually not that difficult to pull off. You know why? Send in the finishers.
True. So each one of the 1/1, the 4/1/1 Murlocs count to that count.
Yes, they do. And also you add in things like Finja, you add in Bluegills and whatnot, the War Leaders. That's going to add to it. Now, you know the deck that I was playing with.
Just want to take a moment to say rest in peace. Shoutouts to Neptulon. You're the real originator.
Yeah, right? Now, you remember
the disgusting Murloc deck you had? Yes. Yes, Shiz. I remember.
Yes, that I was going to actually bring to your tournament, but ended up having to do work instead. And you were watching me play that, and we were going through some theory crafting and testing of it, and you're like, this deck is just disgustingly sick. Like, thank you.
Yep.
This would fit in there. It would fit in there quite nicely.
It would make it very much more competitive, that's for sure.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say competitive, but it gives it a lot stronger of a late game. And much stronger of a late game. Oh, you blew off all my Murlocs. Oh, guess what? I can reload. Have a nice day. And I get a fucking 8/8. Have a nice day. So that's actually going to be pretty cool. Okay, moving on. We've got the Stone Sentinel. 7 mana for a 4/4 Battlecry. If you played an element last turn, summon 2/3 elementals with taunt. So basically, you get a 4/4 and some feral spirits that are made of stone. For 7 mana. That's not bad. That will piss off a lot of aggro decks. If this deck can make it to
turn 7,
then make it to turn 7, boom, they play this, then they go to turn 8, they play out Kalimos, and they heal their face back for a shit ton of life, and then they just start sweeping the board, valuing them down, and basically running the aggro deck out of steam.
I totally feel like this is a good direction that they're pushing Shaman into, and it kind of steers away from one of the main things that turn people away from the Shaman class, which is the overload mechanic. So this gives a pretty viable archetype in and of itself.
Yeah, I agree 100% of that. Alright, moving forward. Spirit Echo, 3 mana spell. Give your minions death rattle, return this to your hand. I'm just going to say this. I like the other card that was similar to this that Shaman had available. Way better.
What card was that? The reincarnation?
Was that or
Reincarnate?
no? That was the one that caused that to happen. But there was another one where you could basically add resummon this minion when it dies on death rattle. And what people would do is they would put it on the 7/8s, and it would just get
Ancestral Spirit.
Ancestral Spirit, yeah. Like that card is so much better than this.
Yeah, I like that. That was a key card in my Mill Shaman deck. Put that on. You put that on everything. Death Lords, Doomsayers. Oh my god.
Though I'll tell you one thing though, if I'm playing for the quest deck here, right? I'm obviously going to be playing with Finja. We can agree on that, correct? All right, so I got Finja down. Here it is now, turn 6. I'm going to Spirit Echo it, then play down something that's going to empower my Finja. Trade into something. If my Finja dies in the process, that's okay because he's coming back to my hand. I'm going to summon out some more stuff. Boom, boom. And then the next turn I get to play him again and do kind of some more shenanigans and then get some really serious value out of that quest. I think it's actually pretty decent though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It'll definitely help accelerate getting the Unite the Murlocs quest done. Alright. And that literally just off the top of my head at 3 o'clock in the morning here, guys. Right. Volcano. 5 mana, deal 15 damage, randomly split among all minions, overload 2. I'm going to ask you your thoughts on this, because I have a very specific thought on it. But I want to hear yours first, before I say anything.
On
Volcano.
This was one of the first cards that they showcased, and the animation is hella cool. But like outside of that, for 5 mana, I mean, once again, like I'm not sure. The thing is, it's 15 damage split randomly, right? Randomly is a word that turns off a lot of people.
I mean, if you're playing a control shaman, this card makes sense. If you're not playing a control shaman, well, fuck off. If you have any sort of board state, this card is a fucking hindrance to that.
But then that's the thing. It's random. So it could not hit anything on your side and just hit your opponent. But at the same time, it could only hit everything on your side and not hit your opponent.
And how many videos have we seen of Yogg pyroblasting your face twice in a row? Have we seen?
I rest my case.
Okay. It shit happens. This is Hearthstone. That's the motto of fucking Hearthstone. Shit happens. Or RNG happens. They don't like saying shit. Alright, moving forward. We get a new totem. The Primal Fin Totem. At the end of turn, summon a 1/1 Murloc. And it's a 0/3. You know what's funny? If this actually had 3 attack and was not a totem but was a Murloc as well as a pirate and came with stealth, this would be Cookie. This would be Cookie. Which was a card that me and Noxious designed in one of the most watched episodes we ever did. I think that episode had something like 25,000 views.
Nice.
It's actually probably somewhere up to like 50 or 60 now. But no, I think this card is kind of cool. It is summoning a Murloc.
I definitely see it being run in Murloc Shaman, without a doubt.
I mean, check this out. Turn 1, you go Unite the Murlocs. Turn 2, you go Primal Fin Totem. At the end of turn, you're gaining another Murloc. If they don't deal with it, you're gaining another Murloc. So, value.
And it's 3 health, so, I mean, there's not a lot of things that trade early on for 3 health. No. Because it's the same problem with Flame Tongue Totem.
Exactly. Alright, so, next up we have is the... and that's another point you brought up, the Flame Tongue Totem. Playing that on 3, boom, this now suddenly becomes a 2/3, so it can attack at least, and that Murloc that it summoned is going to get value. The downside is, the moment it spawns a new one, this no longer becomes a 2/3.
Well, I mean, it depends on your position and where it spawns it.
Well, no, because it's always
it's always going to
spawn it to the right. So if you're trying to get it to where both the minion that's in play as well as the totem get the value, the moment you trade that the totem token that it made the previous turn out, what you end up getting is at the end of turn, the Primal Fin's going to create another token to its right, and that's going to be to the left of the Flame Tongue Totem. Thus, the Primal Fin Totem no longer gets the buff. So, yeah, positioning is going to be kind of a nightmare with it, to be perfectly honest. But, you know, it could be cool.
That's how these things work.
True enough. Next up, we've got the Fire Plume Harbinger. 2 mana, 1/1. Battlecry, reduce the cost of elements in your hand by 1. Holy shit, this is like Emperor Thorazan for fucking elementals. That is going to be some sick shit, dude. If you
Thank God there's no more brand.
If you get any of your top end elementals, you've just accelerated how well those are going to be. And it's an elemental itself, right?
So you can reduce the cost of another one in your hand and play it for 1 mana.
Right, so if you've got a 4-cost elemental in your hand, you play this down on 2, you can now play that one down on 3. How do you not take that?
This is true.
You just don't. Alright. Next up we have is Tidal Surge, 4 mana, deal 4 damage to a minion. Restore 4 health to your hero. Not bad. Not bad at all. Actually, I like this card. I like this card a lot. In some cases, I can see this being slightly better than Jade Lightning, and in other cases, I see it not being better than Jade Lightning.
I don't know about better than Jade Lightning.
Well, I mean, Jade Lightning you can take to the face, and that's an obvious exception here. But this, you could kill off things that have 4 health. I was about to say Azure Drake, but that's rotating out, so that doesn't...
I know, right? That was like the first thing that came to mind.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's going to have value. And with Healing Wave rotating out, they kind of needed some more sustained healing. And
yeah, I'll agree with that, because they on the technically have Genie Water Speaker at the moment.
Right, and now they're going to get this. And this next card, the Hot Spring Guardian. 3 mana, 2/4, Taunt. Taunt. Battlecry, restore 3 health. Yeah, so again, you're playing a control Shaman. Have a nice day. That is some serious value, ladies and gentlemen. And the last card we're going to talk about is the Air Elemental. 1 mana, 2/1. Can't be targeted by spells or hero power. Ghost.
I don't know, man. Like, this is like my least played class, so I really don't have much to contribute in terms of...
Okay, well, here's how I look at this card. If you're going first, this card is amazing. Alright? If you're going second and your opponent was not able to play a card on turn 1, this card is amazing. And the reason why I say it's amazing is because the follow-up of playing down the Flame Tongue next to it, turning it into a 4/1 attack that can't easily be pinged down or have something like spell just wipe it off, just seems like a cool deal. But let's not forget, Whirlwind exists and is definitely going to be coming back into play with some of the stuff we're going to be seeing in Warrior. Maelstrom Portal exists. Lots of AoE effects exist. Wild Pyromancer exists. So it's not outside the realm of possibilities to see this not survive when it's played on turn 1.
True. Like, this... I like this card and I hate this card, but I hate it because it feeds into the whole aggro archetype. Because obviously, you know, people are going to be playing this for aggro purposes, obviously. Because you get out this on turn 1, that's a 2/1. And it's not like, oh, I'm going up against Mage. I can just use my hero. Wait, no, I can't ping it away. Shit.
But Rogues can.
Yes, Rogues, but then you're still accomplishing your goal because you're still getting into 2 damage.
You know what? 2 is better than 4.
This is also true.
In
Sacrifices must be made.
I would, yeah.
No, that's definitely a trade you make every time, because obviously.
And if you're a druid, you could still do it as well.
Yeah, because it's technically mitigating by 1 armor, so yeah, that's a trade you take every time.
And the hero power just gives your hero an attack. It doesn't so much target.
Yeah.
So I think that's actually pretty legit.
This will definitely be run obviously in an elemental deck or a deck in general that utilizes elemental synergy.
It's going to be run in every damn Shaman deck because they're losing their best 1-drop and 2-drop.
This is also true.
Yeah, it's going to be used. Alright, moving forward, we've got Warlock. Now, this is a class I know you've played a lot of.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Yes. Alright, and the theme for this one is discard. Big shocker there, ladies and gentlemen.
Discard lock. I'm so happy that dreams have been realized and discard lock is like getting the support that it needs.
Yeah, because that's exactly
it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. Like, come on, seriously.
Alright, I'll give you that. Alright, so First card we got is the legendary Clutch Mother Zarvus. Now, this is like one of the cheapest legendaries that they're put out for this. It's 2 mana for a 2/2. But whenever you discard this, give it a +2/+2 and return it to your hand. So now, all of a sudden, all these discard mechanics, if you throw this away, it's coming back to your hand. So you're not really losing it.
Yep,
But you're just adding more value. So it's like the discard Edwin for all intents and purposes. But
so you definitely always want to mulligan for this shit.
Oh, yeah. Having this in your opening hand is fucking key. If you can get this and, say...
Silverware Golem?
No. Malchezaar's Imp in your opening hand, you are in like Flint.
Oh, yeah. Turn 1, Malchezaar.
No, actually, turn 1, Lakari Sacrifice. Turn 2...
Oh, yeah.
Malchezaar's Imp plus another 1-drop if you can, because you want to like expend a lot of cards out of your hand, and then you get to like turn 3, all right. Play something like
Soulfire and something else.
I was going to say the Succubus because it's a 4/3.
Yeah, the 4/3/2. Okay.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
I remember the days when people said that card was bad. Haha, who's laughing now, bitch?
Are you kidding me? I take that every single time in Arena. I've won so many games because of it, because nobody knows what to do with it. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of value.
Tiny Knight of Evil. That's in Whispers, yes.
Yes, it is. So definitely some value you can get off this card. I like it. All right, the Lakari Sacrifice, discard 6, you get the Nether Portal. Once you get that into play, it summons out 3.
Goes haywire.
Oh yeah, it summons out 3/2s every single turn, which means you're constantly going to have board pressure that you can do some stuff with. And, of course, since it's a Zoo-style deck, once you get that out, it's pretty much go face all the time. You're going to use those little 3/2s that it's summoning out pretty much to clear the road of any sort of taunt to allow the rest of your minions and Doom Guards and shit like that to just walk on through. Good times.
Good times for everyone. And you don't need to take 3 damage in the face.
Nope. Alright, so next card we got is Chittering Bug. This one I haven't read over here, so bear with me, guys. It's a 3 mana 3/3, good body. Battlecry, discover spell, deal damage to your heroes equal to its cost. What? Fuck you.
Discover that fucking twisted nether. Discover that
Doom.
Doom.
Control. Discover Doom. Oh, yeah. There's so many bad picks here, guys.
Discover Siphon Soul.
So, yeah.
Hey, you could actually use this to cut you out the win. You can discover a Sacrificial Pact against a Jiraxxus.
Yeah, take no damage.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they're going to know exactly what it's like. Wait, he didn't take any damage. Fuck, he's got a sack pack. I can never play my Jiraxxus.
Oh, yeah.
You will literally lock a Jiraxxus in a guy's hand.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
Oh, that's going to be good. Alright. Next up we have is Blood Bloom. 2 mana spell. The next spell you cast this turn costs health instead of mana.
That sounds like Cho'Gath.
Oh, it is. No. I mean, if Rena was still existing, maybe, but no.
Come on, don't even try that shit. Warlocks have been dealing quite fine with their health. They've been dealing with their health restrictions quite fine before Arena came along.
True, but if you're spending 2 mana to cast the spell, what spell are you going to be casting? That you're willing to eat that much damage for? I mean, okay, Siphon Soul, alright, so you're taking 6 and gaining back 2, so you have a net loss of 4 in order to kill a minion.
Depending that's an equal trade-off. You pay 4 life to kill 8 or some shit.
That's not
I think
bad,
that's
then.
fair.
No, that's actually pretty
legit.
decent. Yeah, that is pretty decent. But it's a 2-card combo. Right? It's a 2-card combo. And you're not really building your board state, so it feels very weak to me. But, hold on now. You could, in theory, alright, have 6 mana, play out, say, anything that's got 4 or more attack, for 4, play out the Blood Bloom, take 4 damage to play a Shadow Flame, clear the board.
This is also true.
That is actually a pretty decent usage of it there, too. Alright, next up we've got the Cruel Dinomancer. 6 mana, 5/5, Death Rattle. Summon a random minion you discarded this game. Oh shit, I discarded my Doomguard, has cried everybody who's ever played discard Warlock. Oh
yeah.
shit, I just
You
got
double
him
up.
back.
You double up on them Doom Guards, bro.
And you get to summon it into play, so the moment you, like, if you use this to trade, boom. Trade, it dies, you get the Doomguard.
10 attack.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's value.
Yeah, it is. It is such value. Alright, next up we have Feeding Time. 5 mana, deal 3 damage to a minion, summon 3 white Pterodactyls. Why does this sound like a shittier version of Implosion?
Because it is a shittier version
of Implosion. It's fucking, that's exactly what it is. Holy shit. Like, I hadn't really read the card yet. So, yeah. Alright.
I'm pretty sure I heard Brian Kubler say the exact same thing today. That it was a shittier version of Implosion. But not in those words, but yeah. Because, you know, Brian Kubler doesn't swear.
Brian Kibler's too nice to say, wow, way to fail, Blizzard. Alright, next up we have is Corrupting Mist. 2 mana, corrupt every minion, destroy them at the start of your next turn. Wait.
Legitness.
The only time I see this as legit is if you get this out of like a Cabal card as a mage, and then what you've effectively done is given yourself a fucking Doomsayer without having a Doomsayer.
Yeah, you technically get a semi-board clear. Because, right. I mean, Corruption was 1 mana, and you got to choose 1 minion. This is 2 mana, but you can clear an entire freaking board.
That is true. That is very, very true. But you also clear your board as well, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's a fair trade-off, because if you're worried about board that you're trying to clear, I'm going to assume that they have a better board than it anyway, so.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so next up we have is the Tar Lurker. 5 mana for a 1/7, taunt, has +3 attack during your opponent's turn. This is pretty much a really good card. 3/7 taunt is
good defensive card indeed.
It is a good defensive card. It doesn't have nearly the value that its non-class card has, but it's not a bad card either. That 2 extra health can really carry it, but it's also 2 mana more expensive, so you're paying 2 mana more for +2 health. I'm not actually plus. Sorry about that, my eyes are hurting. +2 health and +1 attack. So, it's a 3/7 taunt. That's I know it's
a 3/7 taunt on your opponents. Yeah, 4/7 on your opponent's turn. Yeah,
it's not horribly bad. It really isn't.
Yeah, I think it's fairly balanced. 5 mana, you only get the 3 attack plus when it's your opponent's turn, so that makes it fair. So you can't just abuse it for effective trading on your turn because it has high health. So I mean, I think that's fair.
All right, next up you got the Lakari Fellhound, 4 mana for a 3/8 taunt. Battlecry, discard 2 random cards, which again it plays into the quest quite nicely. It's just a solid fucking taunt. It really is, and it's a demon, so you have things like Demon Fire and such that you're going to be able to add more value to it. Though not many people would ever say, I'm not sure you could really say that's adding value, but whatever. I like it.
And it's a taunt.
Yes, it is.
I think that's one of the strongest 4 mana taunts as well in the game, though.
Yeah.
4 mana 1/7 used to be the strongest.
I mean, this literally says, go fuck yourself, Sunjin.
Because you had that Warden, Movishan Warden was 1/7 for 4 mana if memory serves.
Yeah.
And there's the 2 mana 0/7 Public Defender. So yeah, this is like the strongest taunt in the game, low costed.
Oh yeah. Alright, and the last one we have for the Warlock is the Ravenous Pterodax. 4 mana 4/4 Battlecry, destroy a friendly minion to adapt twice. Alright, so remember how
easy peasy combo with Feeding Time.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking shit about Feeding Time, but now you're giving fuel for this damn thing? Oh, yeah. Here, let me take +3 attack and stealth. Have a nice day. Oh, you play a Flame Wreath. Fuck off. I got you covered. So it's definitely a decent card.